Toto porcelain toilet, $75. Elongated seat, has been in storage for several years, still in box and new, needs a thorough cleaning. What? Still in box? Needs a thorough cleaning? Mate, it needs assembly. It's not... It doesn't just need cleaning, like, there's barely anything there. I mean, why did they have this toilet in storage for so long? What were they planning to do with it? Was it supposed to be their secret crapper? For just $20, you could have this jar of locusts at the BAAM in Omaha. ETA, I know these are cicadas. In small town Iowa, everyone calls them locusts. You're telling me for the low price of just $20, I could unleash a biblical plague on my enemies? How can I say no? Oh, and if anybody's interested what BAAM, I was like, ooh, is this some weird American thing that I've never heard of? When I first googled it, I got a song by the K-pop star Momoland, which I knew nothing about, and then I found out that it actually stands for Brass Armadillo Antique Mall, which, by the way, is a really cool name. I mean, I don't know how you say it. Do you call it the BAAM? Do you call it the BAAM? Or do you call it the BAM? Either way, brass armadillos are cool, but yeah, biblical plagues. Okay, I mean, I know that they're, not alive, but still, imagine coming home and there's, like, dead cicadas everywhere. God, that's like the beginning of, like, one of those horrible true crime documentaries. I have 3 storages to clean out this weekend, 3 boats combo tea with deck decoys, 80-foot deep V for free. I don't understand what half of those words mean. I just know that he wants to clean out 3 storages and there's boats and apparently dick decoys, whatever the hell that means. It's the boomer picture. The really unflattering angle. I mean, I know obviously his identity's been blocked out, but you can see it's a look of confusion. Why would you post this? I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what he's advertising. Why does he think his face is gonna sell it? Jack Daniel's oversized bottle for $20. You see, this is something that I really don't understand. I don't understand the selling of empty bottles. This one is the most understandable, I guess, because it was a 3-litre bottle, which I guess is somewhat of a novelty, but even so, like, this is the one that makes the most sense, and even so, it's freaking overpriced. Well, what's someone gonna use it for? If someone's that into Jack Daniel's, they're gonna want the one with whiskey in it, right? It's a me, March 10th. This is an oldie but a goldie. I've seen this one so many times. This is another one of those ones where I'm like not entirely sure whether it was done as a joke or whether somebody genuinely thinks that they've got some special thing. I mean, I like to think that it's a joke. I'd like to think that it's clearly supposed to be a date and maybe they just thought, oh, it looks a little bit like Mario. I'll pretend it's limited edition for them internet points. But, I mean, from some of the stuff I've seen that's for sale that's completely legit, I just don't know. I've lost all hope now. Pearl a bead of Sandy, $250. I know that often when there's delusional art, I will defend it nonetheless because I think, well, they've definitely put effort into it and they're trying, so fair play to them. But the only way that this is acceptable is if they meant $2.50. Factory sealed detective half-eaten oatmeal cookie, Oddities Little Debbie, US $50 plus free shipping. Is that what a Little Debbie is? I've always heard the phrase Little Debbie to mean a food item in American like cartoons and stuff, but I never actually knew what it was. I just assumed that it was a chocolate bar like a Butterfinger or an O. Henry or whatever it is, like there's all sorts of things that I hear about that I never actually see, so that was a little bit of news for me, but it's definitely not half-eaten. I mean, yeah, it's broken and they put only half of the biscuit in, but it's not half-eaten, and even so, like, the most that you would get out of this is that you could return it to the company and maybe get, a voucher for 2 boxes of them, but that's about it. Star Wars bug figure, $10. I think $10 is pretty good as it's, it's still in the box and everything. I mean, clearly it's not mid, the box is looking a little worse for wear, but I think that that's not too bad. Nevertheless, nobody can tell me otherwise. Jar Jar Binks was definitely the greatest Star Wars character ever. I love the catchphrase, I love the look. I like the fact that I got one of these little Jar Jar Binks head with this long tongue that came out and did weird crap. I like Jar Jar Binks. I will stand Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is the only reason I even watched Star Wars. He was the only good character. All the others. Oh, good thing my channel's still relatively small. Otherwise, I would have so many hate comments right now. If they want to know how to improve the newer Star Wars, don't worry about Kylo Ren and all of that lot. Or even Baby Yoda. Like, Baby Yoda's cute, yeah, but Baby Jar Jar Binks? Huh? Baby Jar Jar Binks. I mean, that is the Jar Jar Binks wake-up system. You could wake up every morning to Jar Jar Binks. Come on. Right, I'm buying this. I'm sorry. I've convinced myself. I'm gonna wake up every morning to Jar Jar Binks by my side. Homemade cat house, $50,000. Finally, I finished to rebuild everything, got tired, haha. So have a really cool room for your cat and other stuffs. This thing, it's really awesome. The reason I'm selling is I don't have room or place to put it, so I need it gone ASAP. I'm open with any great trade value, asking for 50,000 or best offer. I like that the only reactions are just 4 people freaking laughing. Oh gosh. Few comments. Number one, first of all, I'll say it is clearly very well done. Like, whoever posted this clearly has a talent for carpentry. I know I'm often banging on about, hey, whoever did this is actually really talented. But, you know, they are. I mean, I would never be able to do anything like this. So, yeah, and like they said, I've rebuilt everything. So, fair enough. 50,000, I mean, I don't know about feline real estate, but I don't think it is worth that much. And if it was worth that much, then you wouldn't really be posting it on Facebook Marketplace. It would be more, you know, for a special kind of dealers and that sort of thing. No elephant in the room. It seems pretty extravagant for a cat. I don't know how people are with their cats, but my cat likes to sit on the mat in the garden, which is outside because it was pooed on. So, you know, they're not that fussy. He loves his poo rug. 32 empty wine bottles for crafts, $20. Craft projects empty wine bottles. Jesus Christ. I've noticed that there's a weird trend of people trying to sell empty bottles, and I just don't get it, because like, if you want a bottle, surely you're gonna have one that's full of something, right? And why are you keeping this many bottles? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, there's at least 20. Okay, so maybe no. Oh yeah, she wrote 32. I was counting in there. But 32 empty wine bottles. Like, did she have a party, or was that just like a really bad weekend? What is the price of happiness is a question that's been debated by many philosophers, whether it be for monetary value or whether you're giving up some part of your soul. Clearly they did look on Facebook Marketplace, because you can buy it there for $25. I got a little something to cheer you up. What even is it? It looks like it could be a can of Monster, it could be a speaker, it could be just like an art pod that went really wrong. I have no idea what this even is, but hey, it'll cheer you up. Breast milk, $2. Okay, so there were a fair amount of people in the comments who were talking about how this is actually a thing, because there are many people who, once they give birth, for some reason cannot produce milk. You know, people who want to breastfeed their child but can't. Okay, I get it. But there's just so much. There's so much, and I just have the feeling that it's weirdos. I mean, you're buying it on Craigslist. It's also technically bodily fluids. I mean, I know it's supposed to be nutritional for a baby, but it's technically bodily fluids, and you don't know what that person may have. It just seems way too sketchy to me. Circular Didgeridoo, $70. This is a circular PVC didgeridoo in the key of B flat. It has been painted with a swirling effect. At first I thought this was a joke until I saw the description. I think that somebody has, like, genuinely just got this random piece of PVC tubing and thought, oh, if I paint this, then this is going to be an interesting thing. I don't know if this is our such delusional artist, because I can't see how there's a swirling effect. And how could they tell it was B flat? Did they just, like, freaking blow through it, wait for it to go and be like, yep, that sounds like B flat. 5 to 6.5 inch German imported discus tropical fish, $150. This seems like it's the sort of person that doesn't want to put their fish in the water in case they drown. Oh no. Oh, the fish looks sad. It's a sad fish. I don't like this one. Like, the person that found it was looking through weird Craigslist stuff at 3:35 a.m. I respect that. Food, 80 rand. So 80 Rand is no more than about £3.50 or $5. So you might be getting a good deal. The only problem is I have no idea what's in there. It just says food. It looks like old grandma clothes. Like, is that a shawl on top? Like, I can't tell if on top that's one of those shawls with like the kind of the checkered effect with the slightly thin fabric, or whether it's just a load of ash. One thing this is not, though, is food. Oh, but 3 people like it, so that's something. Jars of farts, Providence. Jars filled with random farts collected at various stages from various people and one dying goat. Don't ask why I have them, and I won't ask why you want them. Well, I'm someone who's lucky enough to not need to outsource my farts. I have more than enough flatulence going on in my home. I am one of the main flatulators. One dying goat, though. I couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold it in for much later. If you saw a goat die, would you be like, hold on, let me open up the fart jar? I would say that I want this to be a joke, but part of me doesn't. I just want to know what's going on in Rhode Island. Why are they collecting dying goat farts? Collectible triangle Uhaul Pen for just $5 from Monica. Like, there's a reason that these things are given away. I just noticed at the bottom it says, this is a collectible Uhaul triangling pen, coveted by most. Oh yeah, it's one of the deadly sins. Well, not one of the 7, but you know, it's a sin to covet. Please don't go to hell for coveting the Uhaul pen. It's not worth your soul. Wanted men's dirty socks, $40. Looking for guys' dirty socks, I'll pay $40 per pair. That's actually pretty lucrative, my goodness. I would just like go to the shops and buy one of those packs of like 6 socks for like £2. Just freaking dirty the crap out of them. I just, put them on, go for a walk in the fields, just in my socks, whatever. Then turn over a profit, I think it's kind of worth it. I don't know what it says about my character that often I see all these creepy looking for feet stuff posts on here and I'm like, yeah, I do that. Here's my socks, go nuts. Jack Daniels 3-litre lamp for your bar or bedside table. Okay, I know I mentioned that the Jack Daniels bottle before I could somewhat understand. This one, they've done something with it. Okay, in the wine bottles, they said it could be for craft projects, but we don't know. With the other one, it was just this exact bottle, but empty. Boring. This one, boom, made a lamp out of it. 999 Rand. Except the problem is that I just looked it up and 999 Rand is about $60 or 50 quid, which I don't think anyone is willing to spend on this. But you know what? Like, as a lamp for a bar, I think that's a good idea. I could easily see this in something like TGI Friday. So you know what? Fair play to them for actually seeing something and deciding to upcycle? Is that the word? I'm going to say upcycle. Fair play to them for upcycling. $50 he to clean my room topless. I need one female to clean my room topless. Organising, vacuuming, dusting, washing clothes, etc. Pays $50 an hour. Maybe future work. Transportation will be provided. Cleaning supplies will be provided. Please send picture and age. Well, this seems like a stable young young gentleman. Yeah, not at all murdery. This definitely isn't gonna end badly. I mean, even if you are gonna, buy that service, and let's say you're gonna buy the mixture of cleaning services and pleasure services at the same time, why would you post a picture of yourself looking as threatening as possible? The black and white, the cold stare, it's not really appetizing it. Free chocolate milk, 10 packs, expired in late May. Almost 10 packs of free chocolate milk, expired in late May. It's only slightly past the expiration date, but it's still good. Pick up in South Philly. Oh, well, good thing that milk has a long shelf life. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I have bought, will buy, and will eat expired food. just because it's past the expiration date doesn't mean that it is necessarily bad. You know, there's always kind of a window of acceptableness, and you can get them for really cheap, and as long as you have it, like, within a couple of days, you are fine. And I don't mind doing that, but this was posted, like, more than a week after they had expired. And if it's milk, it's not gonna still be good. Can't believe they said it's past expiration date, but it's still good. Like, how do you know that? You've not even opened them. I mean, fair play that they're giving it for free, though. I know a few people that would, like, try and at least make, like, $1, like, out of this, you know? Needs gone. Oh, God, already. This... Okay, I need to compose myself. Needs gone. Custom design grandfather have made. Cleaning house it has to go. Contact to pick up ASAP. Oh god. Okay, so this is clearly a taxidermied beaver. What the hell is that in its back? Does it do a little dance and sing Christmas songs? Oh, this is just such a weird design. I mean, I've always found taxidermy really creepy. It's never something that I've personally understood. But, like, what's that thing in his back? That's all I can fixate on. Rock to keep your door open, $10. You know, I'm just thinking that a lot of these people are, like, finding things and then just, you know, giving them a purpose. Like, this guy clearly just found a rock and was like, hey, we'll probably keep doors open. That's what it's meant to be. But hey, it's been knocked down from $15 to $10. You're getting it for 2/3 of the price. Come on. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one to read, but you know what? For you guys, I can get through it. Wedding dress, no jizz stains, only Dookie Smear. Good dress, no jizz stains, I promise. I mean it, no one does it on their wedding night. Except for those BS romance movies effing young people with their catching pop music. Oh yeah, small Dookie Smear, but no big deal. Well, maybe I should not have had that 7th shot of tequila. Maybe I should not finish the meatballs. Whatever, small Dookie stain. Brad was right, you can scrub all you want, only gonna make it worse. I mean, that whole no jizz stains, I mean... That makes it sound like they're definitely up. She was so upfront about the poo. So you can scrub all you want, only gonna make it worse. This time just turn the dress brown. Just make it a nice brown dress. Oh, and I mean, I hate to be that kind of devil's advocate player here, but to be fair, wedding dresses are really freaking expensive, and if you don't mind going to get something like professionally laundered or amended, that could be a hell of a lot cheaper than buying a new one. If you don't mind something with, you know, a small Dookie Smear and absolutely no jizz stains whatsoever. There goes the neighborhood painting, $120. I have so many questions about this thing. I really don't know where to begin, so I'm just gonna like tackle it all the best I can. I'm gonna like mention the price first because that's the first thing. $120. I mean, people will look at this and go, oh, it's clearly not worth that, but I'm just gonna say, no matter whether or not you like the picture, there's definitely $120 worth of work, if you know what I mean. Like, this is clearly something that somebody spent a lot of time and effort on, and that, if you put that into billable hours, then yeah, 120 is reasonable. However, the price is not the issue here. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Okay, I'm going to address the title, There Goes the Neighborhood. Now, I don't know about everyone else here, but I have only encountered that phrase when it is supposedly a white person getting annoyed that there are non-white people moving into their local area. So, oh, this was my nice neighborhood, and now it's not because racist. So... I don't know whether that's supposed to be a similar kind of connotation, that this is the but without the racist part, so just kind of a disappointed in what your local area has become. But even so, there's so much of it that doesn't make sense. Like, okay, the guy's drinking beer outside, everyone's nude. I centered out the Bobbingtons just in case anybody gets a little bit too excited by what they're seeing in front of them. I don't know, is this supposed to be a commentary on how society has gone down? I mean, the guy's drinking beer, he's reaching out through the fence. Is that supposed to be a glory hole, or is he just trying to pet the cat? Is that a cat? I don't know if it's a cat. It could be like the newest Meowth for all I know. They're coming out with all kinds of different versions these days. I mean, and it's kind of stood on hind legs with like little, like just got its little paws on its knees, like hey. So that's interesting. The woman just looks haunted. But then again, she has got a cat in front of her crotch to block it out, and it's got this weird limb poking out, trying to touch. I don't know what this is trying to say. This is so weird. Oh, I just realized that the guy with the beer, he reminds me of like a non-blue version, like a skin tone version of those monsters from No Oni. I don't know if anybody listening to this has played that, but there's these great big weird blue heads, and he kind of reminds me of that. Feel free to Google it if you're interested. Yeah, what is it trying to say? There's too much nudity, there's not enough nudity, there's too much drinking, we gotta stop reaching out through glory holes to stroke anthropomorphic cats. I don't know. Well, that's it for this episode of r/delusional Craigslist. Hopefully now, if you're looking for any empty bottles or expired milk for that matter, you know exactly where to find them. If you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit and would like to hear more, then let me know in the comments. Or if you would like to hear from any other subreddit, then let me know in the comments as well. And until then, I will see you all next time.